What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we're doing another rebuild on Madden 22, and this time, it is, not really a special one, but it is a rebuild of the How to Draft a Perfect Fantasy Draft Team video that I did recently enough. I don't know if this is a Tuesday or a Thursday upload. Only time will tell. Or you guys, which, I guess that's time anyways, but you can see here, the Saints aren't really doing any favors because they're one of the higher overall teams of the bunch. They're probably one, maybe two higher on average, and you're like, well, that's still not that good. Well, here's the team, which I probably should have said, hey, go check out the video if you want to see it. Whoops. But hey, I didn't spoil the defense, so you might as well go back and watch it. But yes, this is the team we landed, which obviously it doesn't look super, super great. But once again, I've already mentioned it. The more the Madden games, progress, which is weird, it's like progress? Madden upgrading? Lies? Well, in this case, it is kind of progressed. The logic for the AIs are actually pretty good now. They usually take players, when they're supposed to go. Tom Brady went probably 40 or 50 because it was 12 overall now. But overall, yeah, this is basically what you're looking at is the team that we got. It's a decent bunch of youngsters. Obviously, you do have the 78 overall, but outside of Mac, you pretty much have your offensive line, but we only have him there because he's kind of a steal. You can get super late in the fantasy draft because he's an older guy. It's a one-year kind of guy. But Kendrick Green, 73 overall, looks really good. He's insane. Probably could play guard. Probably will just stay center for us, though. He's 6'2". Everyone else is pretty much set on offense. Maybe you get a new wide receiver number 2, but I kind of want to see how this thing goes. Kadarius Toney's star development trait. I think he'll play the number 3 for now, with Chark as the number 1. Saquon set. You have Dylan as the backup. Zach Wilson's obviously the starter. Irv Smith, he's a little bit of a lower overall, but he is 23. He's not that old. And then the defense, which we have a bit more into, kind of technically. Myles Garrett, 98 overall, was our first-round pick. Denzel Ward's a great player. Humphreys, obviously a great player. We already went over his abilities, making him one of the best corners in the entire game. Maybe number 2, almost 1. And then looking at Farley, probably could have just passed on Ward and went with a D lineman, like a DT, because Farley looks good enough to start himself, but it is what it is. Really, the only thing you'd be looking to upgrade on this defense, well, is probably the D-line. Everyone else is pretty good. I think there's plenty of potential here for everyone else. But yeah, the D-line, the DTs, and the left end, most likely. I can't say for sure because Basham, not actually bad. 86 speed, 87 excel. Once again, the block shed's decent. The finesse is good enough. He's got spin and bull rush. You'd probably want that to be the... Oh, no, it's swim. It is swim. I was about to say, you want that to be the swim. The spin isn't super, super great. It's okay, but yeah, that's pretty much that. It's a good team. Will it be good out the gate? I don't know. Usually the year 1 maybe just makes the playoffs, and then year 2 is when we just absolutely go ham. And for anyone looking for what the sliders are XP-wise, this is what I usually run for pretty much every rebuild. I think they're pretty fair. By the time it's year 4 or 5, that's when you can finally get into the 90s usually. So maybe not this one because we have a bunch of hiddens and whatnot, so it might be a little bit faster. We'll see, but they are lower overall. But yeah, this is what I usually rock. I don't know if maybe it's a little too high in some spots, but once again, I don't want the rebuild to take 20 seasons. Hey, Devin White got his first of 2 for the camp breakout or camp standout, which means he's going to get 10k XP here, which is pretty OP. In 4-hour scheme, we have the Cowboys because I want to get Saquon going, so... Oh, Togiai, he's a freaking normal dev. Maybe gets 10k XP, and, we're looking at one less defensive lineman draft. First things first, though, the biggest of the 2, did he get it? It's hard to make. Damn it. And I don't know what it is, but DT's been selling for me, and yep, as expected. I don't know why, they just sell. I know it's not easy to make a tackle for loss, but that's kind of your job. You need 1 only. Though you would think not many re-signings, but the special teamers need re-signings. Usually we don't actually have to worry about any of them by the time we need to actually re-sign some of the big names. The rebuild's basically over, so I'm going to give the deals that, they aren't even really that crazy anyways. It's not like we're, throwing the money around. It's like, we don't have to worry about it. It's like, no, it's just, cheap deals anyways. Damn it, Terrell. Every single time. I always go with him, and it doesn't work. I would assume it was because, obviously, you start out slow because your overall is not great, but we obviously got a bunch of upgrades because of the youth we had, but we were not good. And then we went on a win streak, except for the last few games. We went 1-4, 2-4, 2-5, and then win, and then we did lose the last two, unfortunately. But really impressive to turn it around like that. And once again, the first season's always the roughest, so any season going forward is going to be better and better. Oh, maybe Dallas isn't the play. I mean, Barkley's numbers weren't even that good. Maybe good enough for Superstar, hopefully. Chark to Superstar, hopefully. Okay numbers for receivers, except for tight end. O-line, about what you would expect in Sim. Myles Garrett, what I expect in Sim. The freaking record, and oh, bash him with 10.5. I mean, that's probably the Myles Garrett effect, but not bad. 4 picks for Simmons. Could go to Superstar. Edmonds hopefully goes to Star. Devin White, not bad. Kicking, blocked 2 out of the 4 misses from 24. That's not terrible. Nwangwu and all that. Fair enough. Any award wins? I don't know. I don't even think we would have had Rookie of the Year, which is really sad, but we did. Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, quarterback not even close. Literally number 10. I'm surprised he even got to number 10. And really, Saquon's at number 6. Damn, Chark at number 3. Eric McCoy at number 10. Myles Garrett at number 1. Basham at number 5. Linebackers, number 10 for Simmons. DBs, maybe thought that Simmons would be there. Oh, or not Simmons. Edmonds, number 4. He was there. Kicker I didn't look at, but I doubt it would have been number 1 just because he missed 4 kicks. But okay, I mean, we're in the postseason, but we do have all this crap. I suppose we'll just do one last hurrah. That's fair. It's probably Alex Mack. Hopefully it's not someone else. Yeah, I know. Alex Mack is gone, obviously. And potential retirement of Alex Mack has fired up the team, plus 10 in morale for all players. But just like that, we are already better than, well, I mean, it's the Browns. It's not the real Browns, but I imagine at best teams would be maybe 85, 86 overall, so not a bad start, obviously, for the team, which is now an 85. Dolphins smoking who is the Chiefs. At least we're going to see some new teams here, it seems. But here we are, 7-0. I don't believe in this scheme for winning, though. I will say those passing numbers looked atrocious. I know our receivers' overalls aren't that great, but they are pretty bad, actually. I was about to say there's potential. There obviously is potential. When you're using them, there's a lot of potential. Those are pretty good players, but yeah, just based on overall, they're not great. But 37-7. So, I mean, I don't know what their defense looks like, but I think I've seen Cam Hayward, so not bad. Throwing, Wilson didn't have a whole lot of yards or touchdowns, but he didn't throw a pick either. Saquon was pretty good. Terrace Marshall with 1 yard off of 100. That's all right, though. Blocking, oh my, Lane Johnson gave up 5 sacks. Myles Garrett had 3.5. Simmons 2.5. Browning 1. Togiai 1. It's probably like Togiai, Togwai or something. I honestly, does it look like I'm going to lose sleep over it? Some people in the comment section do, which is really strange. And then I get people, trying to fix my pronunciation, and then I look it up, and I'm like, so I was right. Thanks, sir. I don't know. People are weird. Like, fair enough if it's a, what is it called? If it's, a series like Raiders or Dolphins, and I keep mispronouncing a guy, like, let's say we didn't trade Noah Igbenogany. I kept calling him Noah Igbuganoy or something. Fair enough. You have to hear the name a lot. That's annoying. But I had someone who was like, you don't know anything about football. You're an idiot. You mispronounced our kicker's name. Relax. It's a kicker, and your team was the Falcons. Leave a like and subscribe. The Dolphins, who just got done smoking a team, we just did as well. Whoa! Oh, I was about to say. So who's their running back that went off? Because it obviously wasn't Jonathan Allen going for 1,800 rushing yards. It could be Jonathan Taylor, maybe. We'll see. But Herbert, Mark Andrews, Jonathan Allen, some okay names in there. There's, some decent names. And we were playing not in a dome, but in a canopy, whatever the hell they call this. I experience it a lot because of franchise, obviously. But let's see it. We'll find out who that running back is as well. Offense struggled hard, giving them free points, but so far defense has held their own as much as possible. Offense is really trying to give them the win here. It is really not looking good. I bet you these turnovers or missed kicks, maybe both, are astronomical. It would not surprise me. Down by 3, up by 4, up by 1, and we're going to win 2019. What a year. Actually, like the worst year. Not even close. Well, I guess technically 2020, but you know, the start of the reckoning. I don't freaking know. Let's take a look at those numbers. So, yeah, I figured there would be some interceptions. Wow, these quarterbacks really put on a show. At least their quarterback wasn't as bad as ours. Wilson was horrendous. Damian Harris fumbled for them. Is that the guy that's going off? Game. Tell me that isn't the guy that had 1,800 rushing yards. No shot. Can't be breaking off 30, 40-yard runs constantly. Saquon, pretty damn good numbers, actually. Receiving, Cortland Sutton went off. Terrace Marshall has been actually very good for us. Why didn't they just name him Terrence? Fair enough. I mean, it's not my choice, but it annoys me. Devin White with 17 solos. Basham with 3 sacks. Not bad. Look at the man go. Simmons with a pick. That was it. Kicking. I mean, there were some missed kicks, but it wasn't crazy. It just seemed like we were going up and down the field and just, like, not scoring. I don't know. I mean, 1 missed kick and 2 interceptions doesn't really explain it to me. And I'm going to be very shocked here if we win the Super Bowl, like, right here and now. And you guys can tell that I didn't lie about the scheme or anything, because what is it called? We had a terrible passing season, and we continue to have terrible passing stuff. I had KC defense, I believe, and then, yeah, vertical zone Dallas offense, because I want to, you know, use Saquon. I was going to say ride him, but, you know, that's the different, you know. Hey, let's ride Saquon to the Super Bowl. Huh? We like riding men. What do we have? So, potential, yeah, we get it. I mean, the potential retirement of Alex Mack, who probably won't retire, but we will let him go, is fueling the players for some reason, who have never played with each other ever again. Okay. It's all fun and games. 85 overall. They're an 84. The Jets are actually looking pretty decent. What is their team? Russell Wilson, Justin Jefferson, and Tyrann Mathieu. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't have went with Tyrann, but outside of that, not terrible. Although I will say Wilson's like pick 6. So if you get up to pick 6 and you don't end up having one of the top 4, a bit of a disaster. But they could have had Trey Lance or even Rodgers. Rodgers doesn't have Escape Artist, but still, Gunslinger. I don't know. It's kind of better than Escape Artist. It's tough. I don't know. Mahomes is just a god in the game. That's what can I tell you? But early on, team struggling. I think right to left is them. Oh, it's not. I'm a little surprised. Normally, I'm correct by that. Down by 3, though. Halftime score is the exact same. Both these teams not really looking great. We're up by 1 now. Touchdown, nice. They can tie it, though, and they do. And they're going to win it. I don't want to win it right now because it's a little early for the rebuild, but at the same time, it's not like we don't deserve it, right? So, oh, that's pretty good. That is a dot. That is the fattest of dots. Considering the pressure was just getting there, I think you can take a shot, right? I think you can take the shot. Why not? Why wouldn't I? Oh, it's close. Oh, what a hit. All right, let's let the AI kick the field goal and probably get blocked. Not a bad try, though, by Chark. And they do hit it. I mean, I expect this to be only like a 3-year rebuild anyways, but we'll see. Ooh, 3rd and 11. Punt, and it was trash. Okay, I guess we're not going to become a dynasty because we lost that one. Unless we win the Super Bowl year 2, maybe, but if we don't win a Super Bowl by year 3, you know, it's year 3, yeah. But of course, Zach Wilson, really not good yet again. Probably going to change the scheme to maybe like the Packers or Tampa, because Saquon was good, but he wasn't good enough to have the whole scheme revolve around him. In my opinion, at least. I don't know. All right, let's see if we actually care, Alex Mack. Do we actually care? You might not get this chance again. You ain't going to get the chance with us, I'll tell you that. We don't need you. Especially if you're going to regress, which you will. If I hold A to skip, I'm going to miss it. Definitely, I don't know if I'll be back. The dream is, okay, he doesn't know yet, so I don't really care. Either retire or don't. Don't ponder it, okay? I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, take your time. It's like, no, we have the offseason to work on, and it's a rebuild. It's not real life, so the offseason takes a couple of minutes here until we get to the draft, which is technically the offseason, but let's see. So the Jets versus the Cowboys. The winner of that is going to be the Cowboys just because of, you know, the team name. No, it's not. It's the Jets. Nice. Fair enough. Let's skip on. I don't think we need to re-sign anybody. All right, we already have our negotiations done. I'd imagine, once again, free agency, as always, in a fantasy is going to be trash at best, a kicker or punter, but nothing major. The fullback, Kyle Juszczyk. It's intriguing, but we don't need him. By the way, is this the guy that he was talking about, Young Ho Koo? Is it not? Is it like Young Ho Kwei, or is it Yun Kwao? Let me look at his name. Oh, it is Young Hui. I think it is. I mean, I'm not saying Young Ho as in like, oh, he's a Young Ho. It's like, I don't know. I think his name's cool regardless. Young Hui is pretty cool, though. I get it. Oh, no. I can't make rebuilds anymore. I said Young Ho, which is how it looks, but it's Young Hui. Oh, no. Relax, okay? I didn't like, I'm not choosing to say his name wrong on purpose, okay? I may forget in the future, but it has nothing to do with anything else. You know, it's just me. But I don't think there's any reason to grab any of these guys, to be honest. I think they're all kind of trash. We have Max Still. I didn't want him. This man's 6'4", 317 with an A power move, and he has 24 bench press reps. What is he, like fat Jared Allen? Like, what is that? It's so weak. So in the draft, there's a bunch of different DTs. I don't know who's really the best. There's also a middle linebacker that they had on the prospect thing. He's fast. He looks okay. Probably worth taking. But the DTs, there's a couple of them actually still left. We have this guy, BB, 22, 39 reps, 479. So he's very athletic. You would assume 76, 77 overall, more than likely. And then you have this guy, Mr. Sean Craig, A power move, way slower. I can't tell. You know, he's got a B block shed. What about the other guy, actually? What was his block shed? Did they show? Beef. And I mean, is he like an edge rusher? Like, what is... I don't know. I mean, I feel like he's the safer bet, but the other guy could have a better ceiling, right? Let's take a look at the other DTs. Was there anyone else there? No, it is those two. So I think, as always, I'm going to go with youth. So Zach Gregory, and he is hitting 95 strength. Don't get me wrong, 39 bench press reps is great, but I've seen like 40 barely have 35. You know, if that. It's not even consistent. So I'll take it, but I didn't expect it, okay? Middle linebacker, Darius Clark is definitely super high on my list. However, we still do have the other DT, Sean Craig. I think I'd rather go with this guy, though. Hugh Ship. Really? Hugh Ship. Okay, that sounds like a huge shit, you know? There's a couple of other options here as well. If we play this right, which I don't know if we even have the choice to play this right because we don't really have that many draft picks, we can land a pretty solid draft. So let's go to like 15 or so, and then maybe trade up for the middle linebacker, I guess, if he's there, of course. Middle linebacker's not that crazy of a need. I should have also taken a look at what we actually need in general because I don't know if we actually need a DT. You know, maybe one of the DTs got to star, and by one of them, I mean, you know, the number one guy, the 21-year-old that failed his breakout, because the other guy would be 24 anyways, so I don't know how I feel about that regardless. Let's go to 15, though. I probably should actually just trade up for him early, because he actually kind of does look like a gem, and that is good enough for me. Seeing that happen is, yeah, let's not get crazy with it. All right, I don't know if it's fully worth it for him or not, but Baron Browning, who's obviously was our starting left out, 74 overall. He went up pretty fast in 61 for 46. It showed red interest, but I guarantee they have a spot for him, and I'm going to make sure they do because I do not want him wasted because I actually do like him a lot in the game. But Darius Clark, did we sell? We're about to find out, and we may have. Of course, this guy is faster, but he has worse jumping. So unless he's like mid-70s, yeah, we may have sold. That is a disappointment. Those prospect things, I hate them. They're actually so useless for me. I don't pay attention to them often. I probably look at 2 every 10 rebuilds, and that's all seasons, like all the seasons in a rebuild. And it's always bad. It's just never good. So looking at our DevOps, it was only Chark. Didn't get Saquon, which, I mean, his numbers look great, but I suppose when we looked at the total for, you know, best running back, he wasn't really up there. Zach Wilson obviously would not have dev'd up. But, okay, fair enough. And then defensively, we actually had a few of them. Basham goes to star, so Edge I think is fine, because Basham actually had a really good season for us. Edge seems fine. DTs, you probably do need 2. Devin White goes a superstar, and so does Mr. Simmons. So it really is just that left outside linebacker spot we were looking to replace at, if any, which really didn't work out. I'm a little disappointed by it, not going to lie. I don't know if this is fair or not. I don't really care, to be honest. It seems fair. It's hard enough for me to see the man go, all right? The big man on campus go away like that. But some things just have to happen. I think this guy's the best DT out of all of them left. But what else do we have? Do I take the center who looks really good? I mean, he doesn't look really good, but he looks good enough. Nah, he does look really good. I'm going to take him. Junior Dupree, hidden development trade. We can trade our other guys. All right, we got ourselves a decent trade. We trade Alex Mack and Green with a 7th round next year for 71 and 103 from the Eagles. That's a fair trade. Kendrick Green on his own is worth that. Once again, I keep talking about these steal players, but, kind of trading them off here. But it's true. It's not false. It's just I'm trying to get better players, right? I'm not developing these guys. I'm trying to win a damn Super Bowl here. And I was kind of hoping some of the other guys would have went, so it would have been less of a choice on me. But I think Hugh Ship is, I think he's the guy. B. Blockshed, really strong. What was the poor? Jumping is poor. Who gives a damn, though? I don't know, dude. Whatever, we're going to take him. Normal dev, 92 strength. He might not even start. He's very well could not start. Let's go to 7th pick. I don't know if we have anyone else, but it is what it is. All right, our last player is Chris Sermon, who's pretty fast. That's who we're going to take. Normal dev, 92 speed, 94 XL. Yeah, I mean, it was an okay draft. You can't land on everything, but got a couple of pieces, I suppose. Hidden development, two hidden starters. Unfortunately, one of them is a center, so not even really a position of need, but I suppose a position of greed. We improved, I suppose. This free safety is still here. He's got to suck. Yeah, he's not that fast. If at least he's fast, you can work with him. He's not, so you can't. It's illegal. And even though it's kind of, I know it's a fantasy draft, so it's kind of dumb to say, but it's kind of a realistic style with, trades, I suppose, trade value. I'm trying to, kind of. I'm going to trade down the rest of our picks, so, it is what it is. I didn't say it is. I didn't say it isn't a realistic rebuild. Yeah, just do what you will. Leave me alone. All right, here's the draft recap. A 77 overall. In fairness to Clark, he may not have been some insane, better or insanely better player than Baron Browning, but I suppose he's technically better. His coverage is probably better. His catching definitely is better. His jumping was worse. Hip power is worse, but a lot faster. So, I mean, it is what it is. Things happen. Can't get them all right all the time. The real question is, can we even get a superstar? It has been kind of a while since we've drafted a superstar, I feel. What else do we have? So the DT, yeah, not going to work out for us. But this DT will, obviously. He's the new number 1 on the team. The new god coming in. Let's see it. Can we get a superstar like we just said? And we cannot, of course. We can't. And then the center what's his size actually? 6'4". Might not play center. Well, maybe we move him, but for now we won't. Let's see. What's the dev? He is also a star. Damn it. Let's take a look at some of the other DTs that we could have had, but didn't grab. I think we had... so there's Gregory. Here's Craig. 70 over. Oh, my Lord. We dodged a bullet. Once again, that power move was really good, but that is a bullet dodging. That is an expertly dodged bullet we have there. I don't know if there was any other DTs. I know of one of the DNs by name. It was like McCutcheon or something. I can't remember exactly the other one, though. Oh, yeah, these two. It was these two. McCutcheon. Yeah, he's a lot stronger than I thought. He had like 24 reps and he got to 84 strength. Yeah, I mean, we didn't do well, but we could have done a lot worse, I'll tell you that. If we would have taken that DT Craig, that would have been a huge wasted draft. But yeah, we landed the much better player by a lot. And, the team's better, I guess. It's not worse. All right, here's the roster for year 2. Of course, a couple of dev-ups, not a crazy amount, specifically on offense. Kadarius Toney is just going to be the pure number 2 on the team. Maybe he gets a superstar. I mean, he's pretty good. I don't even know if he starts with that speed and excel and all that, but he's very solid, obviously. Zach Wilson did not have a great year one, but, I mean, still plenty of time. 79 overall. The head awareness sucks, but his accuracies are pretty good, so, I mean, fair enough. O-line, obviously, all stars or better, and, well, just all stars, pretty much. Look at the defense. Basham actually did pretty damn well in his first year. He's 24, which kind of sucks, but 75 overall, 86 speed, 87 excel, and 80 finesse. Lots to like there. And then, of course, the two linebackers going up to superstar, which was super beastly. And then Clark, a lot of potential as the rookie with a ton of speed. So, would be nice to get an Edmonds and Clark dev up and then just draft another DT. And, you know, even if we even need it, honestly, at that point, we might already just be, you know, the Super Bowl champions. But we'll see. Let's try it out. What the hell am I doing? Let's figure it out. Brady on the Packers. He wouldn't even have won ring. What the hell is this? Hey, Basham gets the first one of two, just like Devin White did, but you know the drill. Do not sell on the second one, please. That'd be so clutch. Come on, Basham. Oh, it is tough. It's like 3 or something like that. It's ridiculous. So we had some signings. Jeromepkr got a 4-year, 17, I believe it was. All these other guys are kind of backups. You know, some of these guys, like you said, you know, you get some of these guys later in the draft, but you can still afford them, right? Like a 3-year 8, a 2-year 4, a 2-year 6. You know, if you believe in those guys like you should, I mean, there's no problem with like keeping those guys. Of course, Nwangwu, if he was number 2 or the starter, obviously you pay him, but we don't need him. And we could probably get someone just as good, if not better, for that price. And we're just going to let him go. Thank you, Terrell. Thank you. Star Dev, 10K. We'll take that. I don't know what's happening here as we are the best team in the league. We got to the playoffs somehow, but 9-8. We're one of the best teams in the league. How? I don't understand. I went back to Dallas around here, I believe, and you can see we won a bunch of games. So maybe Tampa Bay playbook isn't the move, but we make the playoffs even though we barely made them. I mean, we're an 89 overall. I don't want to do the whole ego thing with the team and all that such sortness, but I mean, just quick glancing, you can see we are the best record, or where we have the best roster, and yet our record sucks. I don't understand. Obviously, a lot of this is probably morale, but it doesn't matter. It's still overall, right? Like those are the stats you're playing with. They're all like 85 at best, 86 maybe. A few 87s in there, but mainly, you know, we're like 3, 4, 5 overalls on like every team. Zach Wilson sucks, is what I'm hearing. He sucks in Sim. He's not a bad player, but for Sim, he's awful. Chark was decent. Tony was decent. Marshall was all right. Irv, that's a good season. Looking at the linemen, we had no backup linemen, which I don't care about because they're backups. Myles Garrett with a down year. Basham with a massively down year. That hurts. 1 missed kick out of 23. No blocks. That's what we're talking about. Chris Sermons with the kick return touchdown. Man, how is this team so bad? It's so good. I don't understand. Any award win and all. We got Defensive Rookie of the Year with Clark. And I'd imagine that's it. I was about to say maybe kicker as well, and we did. Harrison Butker winning it over Tucker, rhyming like a mother. Let's take a look at how good this game is against the Baltimore Ravens. Speaking of Tucker, going up against the team that he's supposed to be on, I suppose. Let's take a look. Snow game? No snow game, which I suppose that's probably a good thing for us since we're the Jacksonville Jaguars, not the Baltimore or like the Chicago Jaguars. They look like it's them. Yeah, I was about to say it got to be them right to left, but please, team, stop giving them free points. It's not the defense. The offense is just giving short fields on like interceptions or something. Zach Wilson just sucks. But once again, what am I supposed to do there? Yeah, I wanted Fields, but at the end of the day, if you're in a user league, you're happy to have Zach Wilson, obviously, right? But apparently in Sim, you're not, and you're running the ball. Are you joking me? To be fair, I don't pay attention to it, so maybe when those runs happen out of nowhere, maybe it's actually like a quarterback scramble or something, which, of course, if it was the case in real life, wait, is Chark an X Factor? Oh, crap, I accidentally cheated, I forgot. There was 2 breakouts, clicked them. Yeah, I gotta fix that after this. I mean, I'm taking it. Screw it. But yeah, we had 2 breakouts in one. I just nailed the perfect kick. and they ice me, and I accidentally... There's no way I hit this, dude. And I hit it short. Yo! There's never been a more accurate kick, even though it missed. I should just let the AI handle that. There's no way he was going to hit it anyways. What was that? 63. That is a distance and a half. Probably should have got a little bit closer. But, like I was trying to say, is that there was 2 breakouts same week. Click the first one. It was a wide receiver. Of course, we all know wide receiver ones automatically happen, automatically win. And because of that, he's an X factor when he's not. So we'll have to change that. But both quarterbacks exactly the same pretty much. Running game. I mean, our offense it's just so, simply put, it didn't do enough. And of course, Myles Garrett has been kind of getting worse and worse as these seasons go on for some reason. You know, it happened starting the, once the postseason hit after maybe the first game, Myles is kind of struggling, and then, into the season, 18 sacks isn't bad, but when I always see him in the 20s, like every single season, that's a bit of a downgrade. It's a bit of an L. All right, Ravens versus the Bears, because, of course, when you face us and you win, you get to go to the Super Bowl and usually lose it. So, be careful what you wish for. But obviously, looking at the numbers or the dev-ups for the offense, no dev-up on offense, it appears. None on offense. And then defense, Clark, the rookie, that seems to be the only one. The team's decent, but obviously there are some things we can clean up a little bit, I suppose. But realistically, best case is DT number 2, obviously. Maybe left end 1, but Basham, even though he's 25, is pretty good, right? 87 finesse, 86 speed, 87 excel. I mean, that's perfectly fine. And then I suppose maybe wide receiver number 2 or 3. But outside of that, I mean, the team is literally as good as it can probably get. Zach Wilson, though, once again, he's been really bad for us. But what can I do, honestly? Do we rock the Chiefs playbook and see if that fixes him? And if not, you never draft Zach Wilson if you're not going to play. If you're obviously going to use the team, it doesn't matter as much, but apparently in Sim, Zach Wilson is a disaster. I mean, it's all trivial, but in case you don't believe me, here's what free agency looks like. Young Hui Koo. Justin Tucker, 90 overall. Obviously, you don't need him or anything like that, but yeah, it's just the way it is. All these players. There's like maybe every once in a while there'll be like a 78 overall like star dev 25, 26-year-old corner, but outside of that it's usually never great. Can we get Nwang Wu back? I don't even know if that's his name, but that's the way it sounds, right? Nwang Wu. I don't know. We have pick 19. Wait, how? Did we lose right away? Oh, we sucked. Well, that's unfortunate. We have a couple of wide receiver choices. We have a DT choice, I believe. All the first-round DTs suck. Let's take a look. So, this guy, 1 to 2. What is this? FF. This is going to be one of those guys that's going to be there till like round 4. I bet you. Now, this guy, however, 100% looks like a god. Talent is 1 to 2. His scout is 100%. Pick 19 sounds good for that, so that's probably where we're going to be taking him. And then there's a couple of wide receivers that look really good. Dog's just, jumping up, no problem. But where are they? So we have 3 wide receivers. We have Taj Bowie, or Bowie, Dwayne Bowe. I don't know, dude. But 4.28, very good 40 time. And it wasn't even the number 1, really. I know there was a 4.29, but that's slower than 4.28, believe it or not. But then you have this guy. This is probably the guy I want. It's kind of like a Terrace Marshall type, but hopefully he's actually hidden. But, of course, that 3-cone and that 20-yard shuttle are a little iffy, if you ask me. And then you have Bryce Jones, who's 22. Don't know a whole lot about him, but once again, the 40 time looks good, the 20-yard shuttle looks good, and the 3-cone looks good. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm hoping it's Betts that is there. So I'm probably going to trade down, but I don't know. I also don't know anything about this guy. I put him on my scouting list. It didn't show me anything. We have Basham. He's good enough. So I'm going to send a trade down and then trade up again. So dropping back 7 picks is apparently worth a next year's second from a team that's pretty good, apparently. So I tend to agree. Let's see what they grab. They grab a wide receiver. First-round wide receiver. Of course, it's a completely different, front office and all that and, personnel group, so it's kind of irrelevant. But still, Of course, all the wide receivers look like they're going to be there for us, which is not what I'm aiming for. I was hoping one would be gone, so then I don't have the choice. I'm going to keep trading down. Might as well. All right, so from the Browns, we get a 3rd and a 4th next year to move back to 32, which is not really even that far, to be honest. And of course they take him. Of course they do. I think I'm going to trade up with Carolina now. If I was Carolina, I'd be like, yeah, whatever you got from them, you are absolutely giving us, and then some. Which, fair enough. They can have these 2 picks. Now, they're going to get a 5th round, because we're still going to gain, because it was a couple of picks after anyway, so boom. So we gain a 4th round next year to move, basically to grab the same guy anyway. So I'm not, who cares? Who asked? Not me. But let's take a look. Mr. Betts, I believe, is going to be the choice here. I mean, we don't know a whole lot, but we do know he's got a sick 40, good catch in traffic, apparently a good run blocker. I don't know. We're just going to take him. Trey Betts, and he's hidden. Agility does suck like we expect. This is like a poor man's Metcalf, but he is taller, so, I mean, he's better than it should. To be honest, he's better than he should be. 89 excel, 92 speed, 89 change of direction. I'm not even sure what agility does. Is that just for juke move? Because obviously change of direction's a thing now, so like surely, I don't know. But we're going to move up to 12 if we can, because this DT is kind of like the only thing we're missing. And obviously he looks absolutely nuts with the A in both styles, which you could move one to block shedding, but I mean, I'll take what I can get, obviously. We're going to be trading a 4th and a 6th from 51 to move up to 43, and hopefully the DT's there. If not, that's a bit of a sell, but it says 2 to 3, not, 1 to 2, so in theory, he should easily be there. We're about to find out now. And he is, but holy crap, half the damn team's gone, or half of the damn scouting report's gone, and another hidden. I mean, that's kind of all we needed. I mean, I'm just saying that's kind of all we needed, so do we just trade everything else down again? I mean, I'm going to trade this pick for sure. Maybe I'll take the tackle in the 4th if he's still there. But I don't know, dude. Scouting just takes so long. So, like, I just don't scout as much as I used to. I'm getting too old. Getting too old for the scouting. Zach Scott is there. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about him, but I know enough to be like, yeah, I'll take the risk and normal development. I thought maybe we got a sneaky hit in. And I did, just like I said in the beginning, seeing the DT bullet, he's got to be awful. 1 to 2. He's terrible. He's 23 on top of it. A freaking F power move and an F tackle. Not athletic. Terrible bench press. There's literally no chance he's anything decent. I mean, even if he's like an X Factor, it wouldn't even surprise me if he's like a 63 overall. He's terrible. And I know he ain't going to be X Factor, so that's also irrelevant. It is now round 5, and he's still there. Of course, I expected it, but just throwing that out there. And right now, my right arm is around my dog, because she's like right next to me here, and I'm not blowing the opportunity. Tucker Tracy, 89 strength. This is very awkward and uncomfortable for me, but it feels nice and comforting. So it's weird to say comforting when it's uncomfortable. Yeah, I know. I heard what I said after I said it. Leave me alone. Still there in the 6, and I'm telling you right now, he is so bad. I don't even want to take a chance on him. I'm just going to let him die. There's just honestly no point. I'm telling you right now. I almost want to draft him just to prove it, but I don't at the same time, so I'm not. We also don't need a running back because I got Nwangwu back, because I just can't have a guy that fast just floating around, Random quarterback time. Actually not bad. 89 throw power automatically makes him usable. And you know what? He's still here, round 7. He's going to be trash. I'm going to take him anyways. 85 strength, that already looks pretty bad. 59 change direction, 62 speed. I can't imagine he's good. We'll find out. If he would have been hidden, that would have been the biggest plot twist of all time. All right, let's see the devs we had and the overalls. Okay. 59! Yo, I mean, in fairness, I took these 4 just out of, trying to have a realistic class. I don't think I should do that anymore. Trey Betts, 73 overall hidden. Automatically the number 2/3. Oh, wow. Look at the traits. Aggressive, possession, run after the catch, and fight for yards. This guy's a nut. 94 jumping. He's really good. I don't know what the dev is, actually. Let's take a look. If he's Superstar X Factor, that's the best wide receiver I've seen this Madden. CPU simulated, whatever, created. That's the one. And he is Superstar. He's up there. He's very good, although I will say this year, Wow, do we not have any 70s? I guess 14 looks pretty good on a big player, but I guess this year being a bigger guy doesn't actually matter that much. Greg Yancey, not bad. Spin, swim, bowl, pretty good abilities, pretty fast as well. The new number 2 DT automatically, obviously. And let us... Oh, there's a plane coming in hot. Quickly! Star Dev! Duck! We trade Terrace Marshall, a second and a third for Dalton Knox. Don't get me wrong. Our, what is it called? Our tight end, Irv, has played well, at least this last season, but Dalton Knox is just straight up better. I'm just going to, knock it out, do it, get it done. We trade Stokes, Togiai, and an Irv Smith senior, or junior, for pick 28. I tried a bunch of different lower picks. It didn't happen, so we just traded for the pick that Deshaun Watson is the team of. Nice. Year 3, we added a new wide receiver. Don't know if I really think we needed him, but we added Dalton Knox in a trade, obviously a bit of an improvement over Irv, bigger as well. Not that by that much, but 2 inches, let's say. I'm just saying. I would love an improvement of 2 inches in many areas. My fingers, of course. I want to be like Edward Scissorhands, but just fingers. But of course, looking at the rest of the players, we had a couple of dev-ups on defense. The offense has been slacking a little bit with dev-ups, but overall, it's a great team. Once again, maybe you could replace the strong safety, and that's kind of it, right? Like, there's not a whole lot more you could replace. Strong safety, and once again, that's it. Hopefully, Zach Wilson takes another step this year, gets to 88 plus. I don't know, but year 3, this is kind of when we expected to win this. I was hoping we would have won it year like 1 or 2, and then we could have went for a freaking dynasty, but that's not going to happen. Whenever we win the Super Bowl, if we even do, that'll probably be the last season. Could be this year, could be year 4, could be year 5. Could never win it. Of course, the game sometimes just RNGs you, as you can see here. We're at 90 overall. We're very good. So we have re-signings. Kadarius Toney is, I wouldn't say like the clear-cut number 2, but he's got number 2 ratings, so he's going to be the number 2. Betts, really just, it's why did we even grab him, to be honest. Basham could play DT in the future, so he's just too good not to let go. Abram, not a bad backup price. Once again, you want to sign as many people as you can the moment you get a chance to sign them, because all the contracts are kind of reset, so it's a little cheaper, as you can tell. 79 overall is not super high, but it's high enough, and it's only a 7-year 41. He's here forever. Albert O, tight ends pretty much always ask for at least $1 million, so you might as well pay a decent, a little bit more to have a good backup. Osai, once again, we just never use him. Always want to use him, never use him. Just never happens. But what can I tell you? Basham was cool, and he kind of did, pretty well, right? And then Dylan, backup running backs aren't expensive, but yeah, he's not expensive either. Keep him. This division went nutso mode. Of course, we clutched up. I actually ran the Chiefs playbook all year. There's really no point in showing you it. No one's going to lie about using it, right? Like, they're going to lie about not using it. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, I didn't... Wait, lie about using... what? You know what I mean, all right? But, of course, we won like 4 in a row there, but not a great season from a team that is this good. This seems to happen in franchise or fantasy draft rebuilds for some reason, where we're still the best team by a lot, but for some reason, we're like never the best team, which it happens in general for us, but please, let me get in here. Zach Wilson with the Chiefs playbook didn't do well. What? Chark did pretty well, could go to Superstar. Knox, not bad. Toney, kind of meh. Betts, really bad. Is KC not KC anymore? Is it like, I don't know, dude, but Devin White went off with the tackles, good sacks. Of course, speaking of good sacks, mine, 29.5 for Miles, which is insane. 9 for Basham. Could go to Superstar. He got to Star, I believe, off of that. Or did he get a breakout? I can't remember. Gregory for 6. Where's the rookie DT? Not great there. Picks. Denzel Ward did well. 3 missed out of 13. Not very good. Nwangwu with another kick return touchdown. That guy's pretty talented in that kick return game, believe it or not. Trevor Lawrence with the Bears is the MVP of the league. And Myles Garrett almost won him, number 6, which in Madden terms is basically like he needed like 50 freaking sacks or something. I don't even know. When did we do can a defender win MVP? I imagine I did that one Madden. I don't remember if it was this Madden though. It's Madden. You just never know what's going to happen. But we're up 9 overalls on them. right? Wait, no, that's not even close. I thought we were 96 overall. 7 overalls on them. Dak Prescott. Okay, interesting. Like, I know we didn't draft a quarterback, but kind of thinking about the team actually using them, it still was pretty OP. Like, I'm not saying I would rather play Lamar or Mahomes in the game, but outside of those two, I would rather play anyone. Dak, Russell. Wow, this is a really good performance. Dak, Russell, Trey Lance. Who else? Josh Allen, Kyler. Well, maybe not Kyler. I'd rather play all those guys than have to play against Denzel Ward, Marlon Humphrey, and Myles Garrett. I don't know how you win that game. I don't. I really don't. Maybe you double Myles Garrett and just run the ball only. Like, that's... And even then, you got Devin White and Isaiah Simmons coming down on you. I'm glad I don't have to play the team. Simply put, that's it. Like, Denzel's super fast. He's a great player in general. Marlon's pretty damn fast. He's got great abilities. Obviously a great player in general. Ooh, Kadarius 153 yards. If you had a scenario, you would get the dev up. I wouldn't want to. I would refuse to. Oh, no, I'm not there that week. You can have the force win. Oh, it's the Super Bowl? I don't care. It's been a while since I've upgraded Field General. We went from an 87 to this. Maybe I'm misreading it. I swear it was... I don't know, but the upgrade wasn't that great, but somehow it made him go up in overall. I don't know. Caleb Farley, a guy that probably could have played number 2, like we mentioned a billion times. Really good man coverage. Didn't really upgrade his zone. I always let the AI do these things because, well, it just takes a long-ass time, and I don't have all damn day with all of these freaking upgrades. As Terrell Edmonds, maybe not the greatest in overall, but that's a damn good safety if I've ever seen one. And I have. Believe it or not, I've seen a few good ones. So we're going up against a division rival in the Houston Texans who went 13-4, just like the Titans. I wonder if they're the next team. But 94 overall to the 85 overall Texans. They do have Kyle Pitts, but overall, I don't feel terrible about this. I feel okay. And the division could have dominated, but the Chiefs did beat the Titans. Once again, they do have the Chiefs playbook and scheme and all that, which, ironically enough, we do too. So it's going to be a bit of a deja vu match. Really close game across the board. Really good touchdown right before half. That was massive. I don't know if we missed an extra point earlier, but we did just there. Up by 15. Now only up by 8. The Texans have a chance. And they squandered. They look like they had 2 touchdown drives and came up empty on both. I don't know if I'm correct in saying that, but that's what it looked like. Both quarterbacks were awful. They threw two picks, though, so a little bit worse than us. Barkley was decent. Both quarterbacks did have a lot of running, touchdowns from their teammates, so that it would have looked a little bit better if both guys threw for 4 touchdowns. Zach Wilson with how many touchdowns could he have had? Like, he could have had an extra 3. That would have been 4 touchdowns to 1 pick. Then it looks a lot better, right, than 1-1 or whatever it was. Looking at the sacks. Nothing really major. I don't know what their offensive line looks like. Go look at the picks from the Speed Demons. Just kind of glancing. Their line does look like trash, so a little surprised that we didn't give them more pressure. Lyle Collins was there, and he actually gave up one, but the other guys look pretty bad. But here we are going in the championship round. I mean, this is just a disaster. You had to play so many games to get here. This is harsh. They're an 88 overall. They have Deshaun. They have freaking Devontae Adams. The other guy looked pretty good too, I believe. All right, going to the end of the game. Kansas City already getting a touchdown on the board, as you would expect. And it's one of those games, isn't it? We get a touchdown. I still don't feel great about it, though. 14-6. I'm glad they missed that extra point, though. It's nice to see. Start of the second half, 21-6. It's them that's getting locked out so far. A field goal, I don't think is going to get you there. And, obviously it doesn't here. Well, they had a chance. They just, didn't get it done quick enough. 21-16, not a great performance from both sides, specifically us, because we had the lead early, and we were just letting them climb back in, and luckily for us, they couldn't, but the offense got to, finish that job there. Like, you're just leaving them in it. Myles Garrett clutching up. Wasn't for these defenders, we'd be 2 missed kicks, dude. I'm telling you, kickers don't matter. They don't. What are the odds we even had a single dev up? Like, I can't even think of a player that would have gotten one. Maybe Chark. Maybe Chark and, some random defender. Chark is still star. Betts was superstar, wasn't he? Right? Second win. What was his other ability? Second wind. What an ability. I don't really care, to be honest. It doesn't matter. Abilities don't affect Sim, I don't think. Basham goes to super. Okay, the defense has gone up tremendously well. Like, they've done some things. Very good things. You know, Denzel Ward, superstar dev. He's insane. 97 man, 90 or 89 zone. Very fast. Great press. What is his abilities? On the ball. Okay, so I still don't even know what the runoff thing does. And then medium route KO, not bad. And then, of course, Devin White ends up going to X Factor. What ability did he get? Run stuffer. I mean, okay, fair enough. It's nothing like crazy. Simmons already. What the hell are we doing here? What the hell are we doing? Is Myles Garrett really maxed? Like, he can't even get his block shed up? What's the story? I mean, he's not max, but I suppose I can't really deny that it makes sense that he can't upgrade anymore, but sure, okay. I probably wouldn't upgrade him anyways. I would just hold those upgrade points for when he's regressing. But let us go on to this bowl of soup. We are almost a full 10 overalls over them, but they do have Aaron Rodgers. They have Joke. They have Vita Vea. Okay, I mean, they look like a second-tier team compared to us. All right, the one thing you can take from this, win or lose, is that you do not want Zach Wilson as your quarterback if you're simming. If you're playing sim, like if the game's simulating and you don't have any control over the stats, you don't want him. I don't know what it is, but he just sucks in sim. Like, he just has not been good, even though he should be up by 8 here. Any score wins it, and we finally win it. I know 3 seasons isn't crazy, but when you build a fantasy draft team from a perfect fantasy draft guide, you expect to win it sooner than 3, but Zach Wilson hindered us so much. Saquon was as good as expected. He was a very good pick for us. Chark was better than expected, even though he's kind of always been good for me in sim. The tight ends were kind of irrelevant. What else do we have? The O-line was decent except for this last season. And then defensively, Myles Garrett went off. Basham was actually pretty good. He was surprisingly good. The rookie DTs were basically irrelevant, but then again, DTs aren't known for sacks, so you can't really tell how good they're playing unless they get like a billion tackles for a loss. Linebackers are great. Corners were obviously great. Safeties were good enough. Kicking was, I mean, it was okay, but ultimately, this was pretty much the perfect team, and as with pretty much every fantasy draft, it's hard to find something to draft/upgrade after like the first season, so yeah, it's pretty much draft to finish. And Saquon was pretty decent. Zach Wilson was better than Rodgers, but still, once again, not a great performance. But it's against, you know, a Super Bowl contending team, so I guess can't be perfect every game or any game if you're him. Kwity Paye, that's a guy that snuck away from me. I wanted him, but you know what? It didn't matter because Basham was really good, like we said. Caleb Farley with another pick. Darius Clark with a pick. He was a pretty good pick. And then Butker, stop it. This man, Butker, is missing hard. Yeah, let's take a look at some of the ratings before we head out of this one because I'm kind of curious to see some of these players. So here's Zach Wilson. Ended as an 88 overall after 3 seasons. You know, some of his awareness, throw on the run, play action, and break sack. Not great. Throw into pressure wasn't super great, but everything else was solid. Look at that throw power. Short accuracy's a little low, but that's the easiest of the throws to make. Is Zach Wilson? Yeah, I was about to say, maybe it's because he's a little undersized. I mean, he's not really undersized. He's pretty prototypical, but I suppose for Madden, I guess 214. Maybe the game wants him to be like 6'3", 225 or something. I don't know. Saquon Barkley, let's take a look at how he finished, 27 years old. Really didn't get the truck going as much as I wanted, but obviously I just let the AI just handle it. Chark, the perfect wide receiver build. As you can see, great release, great catching across the board. Great medium route, and then pretty decent, deep route, obviously. Short route doesn't matter too much. I'm trying to think of, like, short route is up to 10, right? Nah, maybe it is better, because deep route, I mean, yeah, you want the deep route, especially for a fast guy, but overall, it's not that, like, technical, I suppose. Like, the double moves, I don't ever see them work, so I don't think the route running even matters on those. Kadarius Toney, another kind of similar type, a little worse in the route runnings, but obviously a master after the catch. Ended up still slower than Chark, which is crazy. Dalton Knox is a 90 overall. We got him when he was, 88 overall, I believe. Obviously very solid, great route running. Great catching. Just good. Just a good player. What else did we have here? I mean, Tevin Jenkins, 82 overall. He didn't really upgrade too much, but yeah, you could obviously balance him out more, but yeah, he went with power on this one. I'll tell you what. Maybe move him back to, not be back to guard, but move him inside anyways. Quinn Miners, fair enough. Eric McCoy, 92 overall. This man's a freaking beast. I could have made that trade to get him in our Dolphins franchise. Maybe I should have. I don't know, dude. He is really good. He can play him anywhere on the line. He's solid. Look at Isaiah Simmons. Like, this is the fastest, one of the fastest players in the league. I mean, that's just absolutely nuts. Of course, his block shed never got going, so that's a huge L from the AI, but what can you ask for? We already looked at Denzel Ward. How did Basham turn out? He was fast with good finesse, right? 91 finesse, 74 block shed, 87 speed, 87 excel. He's a freak. Actual freak show. This guy actually turned out okay overall-wise. Let's see it. And, yeah, good block shedder. I mean, he's a good player. Obviously, Yancey was starting over Ship, but the game decided to change it last second. And then we'll take a look at Devin White and then call it there. Insanely fast. A lot better block shedding. Yeah, Devin White, just because of the block shedding, so much better. And I suppose the zone. But yeah, that's basically it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you have any other ideas for a rebuild in the future, let me know in the comment section below. And, I mean, that's pretty much it. We'll have a stream later tonight on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr around 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. I can't sell. I just can't. I just simply can't. It's the playoffs, and I just can't. If I sell, I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be more sad at myself than you guys are going to be at me. It's like, no, you've let us down. You're wrong here. But yeah, hopefully we're live later today. Maybe check out the second channel, PKR Plays. Speaking of being live, you know, we usually play something that would probably end up on that channel. So if you don't watch it live or you don't watch after the Raiders, you know, maybe check out the channel there and, you know, help me out there by looking at the videos. I don't know. I just, like, want that channel to grow. Just, even though I don't freaking upload enough. I barely upload twice weekly at that, if that. But it's fun to have, like, non-Madden stuff up as well, so maybe check that out. And then, once again, maybe leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. Should have a video, maybe 2 tomorrow, and then probably another rebuild on Thursday. You know, it's that December grind for the YouTube community. January, the advertisers are like, well, what holidays around here? See you later. So, yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya! Did you just say I want to have a gangbang with you? Fair enough. I mean, straightforward, I guess. It's one way to do it. Are you a cock? Cock-a-do-it. Not even cock-a-doodle-doo, just cock-a-do-it. Holy crap! You got the hands of a god! Oh! Jesus! Oh! Oh, damn, that was way too dank for him. Look at him! He's wheeling! It's too dank! Look at him go! It was too dank of a turn. He's spamming! He's spamming! I died! Yo, if we were fighting to the death... Oh, am I gonna lose all my weapons now? Yo! He killed me!